DC, Alabama prisoner profiles. What's going on with y'all, man? Shout out to everybody that's following the TikTok. I just hit 7K. YouTube just hit 400, man. Shout out to all the kids that's done pulled up in my DMs, you know what I'm saying? Young kids that's done seen the videos that it's made an impact on. Also, I want to shout out to Melissa Hill. She riding. Today, I'm going to be bringing y'all Johnnie Lott, a.k.a. Big Stud, serving a double life sentence within the Alabama Department of Corrections for murder and attempted murder, who was just recently charged by the feds for running a drug ring out of Kilby Correctional Facility. Alright, a little bit about what Mr. Lott's currently locked up for. Rewind back to 2003. It says a jury convicted a Mobile man on charges of murder, attempted murder, and firing into an occupied vehicle in a Pritchard gas station shooting. Johnnie Lott, 21, was convicted Wednesday, and he will be sentenced December 4th in the November 2002 death of 25-year-old Joseph Finch, a shooting described by prosecutors as an ambush that ended in an execution. Lott was also convicted of the attempted murder of Tony Dawson, who told the Mobile County jury on Monday while he waited for Finch to emerge from a convenience store, Lott darted out from behind the corner of the building and started shooting. Dawson said that prior to Finch's death, the defendant and the victim had argued. That night, there was supposed to be a truce between them, Dawson said. Finch was shot 5 times with a .40 caliber pistol and once with a .45 caliber, according to testimony. Defense attorney James Brandyburg suggested it was Finch who carried the .45 because 2 nights before he was killed, he fired .45 caliber bullets into Lott's home. Prosecutors reminded the jury that Lott fired shots into Finch's head as he lay dying. Now, my lord, on that gas station shooting, and then you stand over the man, walk down, okay? Little double O, that's crazy. You done stood over the man at the gas station. You done shot your house up the day before, tit for tat, back and forth. Then they said there was supposed to be a truce that night. My lord, way to slam somebody down. He slammed them out. Alright, moving on to the 2003, a Mobile man was sentenced to 2 life prison terms for an execution-style drug slang. Johnny Page Lott, 21, told Mobile County Circuit Judge Herman Thomas at sentencing Friday that he had known his victim, 25-year-old Joseph Finch, since childhood and did not regret his death. Shit, that's gangster. Now, you probably wondering why I got this judge on this slide, and the judge is in a damn lineup, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to let y'all know. Here we go. On March 27, 2009, speed it up, former Mobile County, Alabama Circuit Court Judge Herman Thomas was indicted on 57 charges for allegedly checking young male prisoners out of the Metro Jail, taking them to his office, and paddling them on their bare buttocks or asking them to engage in sex acts. 7 months later, in what many considered to be an astonishing verdict, the ex-judge was found not guilty following a jury trial. Crazy. See, this is why ethics are held so high, or supposed to be held so high in law. You got a judge presiding over your case that's checking boys out of the county jail, touching on them in his office, you know what I'm saying, smack, you know what I'm saying, playing grab butt, whatever you want to call it, giving them attaboys in the office, right? And this man then gave you 2 life sentences. That should be some grounds for an appeal for him to get back, to be honest with you. But yeah, I know you're saying, DC, the judge beat the case though. Well, I'm like, yeah, he did, but you know, he's still charged, you know what I'm saying? When you go back into court for when you got priors, even if you beat him, that's all they're talking about. Like OG Percy said, you go back into court for something new, look what they did to OJ. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty wild right there, but yeah. Alright, fast forward 20 years into Mr. Lott's sentence, and he's at Kilby Correctional Facility, right? This is some court paperwork that's available online from a probable cause hearing of him and the feds, right? This defendant, Johnnie Lott, is charged in the indictment with conspiring to distribute and possess with the intent to distribute 50 grams or more of methamphetamine in the violation of 21 U.S.C. Section 846, and both he and defendant, Carmen Lott, which is his wife, are charged with money laundering conspiracy. On May 28, 2020, James Ranson, a task force officer with the DEA, applied for and obtained a search warrant for the resident and redacted. In the sworn affidavit submitted in support of his application for a search warrant, Ranson stated that in his investigation had revealed that Carmen Lott, his wife, Johnnie Lott, and others were participating in a drug trafficking organization that distributed various quantities of synthetic cannabinoids, flocka, marijuana, and methamphetamine from Mobile, Alabama to various Alabama correctional facilities. So this is bigger than Kilby, including 3 at the time of his search warrant application. Officer Ranson had been with the DEA since January 2019, been employed, blah, blah, blah. Ranson was previously employed by Montgomery Police, blah, blah, blah. The majority of his law enforcement career had been spent investigating drug crimes, participating in long-term historical investigations, drug distribution organizations. Kilby Correctional Facility is located in Montgomery, Alabama, and Fountain Correctional Facility located in Escambia County. So those are the other 2. That's one of the other facilities that this stuff was going to. Ranson attested that in March 2020, he was provided recorded telephone conversations captured by the Alabama Department of Corrections. According to Ranson, the telephone conversations were recorded by the ADOC, consistent with its policy of recording the phone conversations of its inmates. Prior to any telephone conversation commencing, both parties to the call are advised by a voice recorded message that their conversation is being recorded. Ranson states in his affidavit that the telephone conversations in question were located by performing a search for Carmen Lott's telephone number. According to Ranson, after he obtained the telephone recorded conversations, he analyzed them and determined that Carmen Lott and Johnnie Lott discussed the distribution and sale of controlled substances. Ranson further attested that Carmen Lott and Johnnie Lott also openly discussed financial transactions related to proceeds from the sale of controlled substances and monies obtained through other legal activity. Ranson set forth in his 45-page affidavit an excerpt of the transcript of a series of telephone calls between Carmen and Lott that occurred between March 8, 2020 and April 27, 2020. Along with Ranson's analysis of each excerpt call. Based upon facts set forth in his affidavit and his training and experience regarding investigations involving organized crime and narcotics activities, Ranson concluded that probable cause existed to believe that the residence located at had contraband. Well, I tell y'all about them phones, what they tell y'all about them phones. So my thing is this, you having that much motion going on, moving that much of a controlled substances in and around facilities, you ain't got a cell phone. Why you got to talk on the thing, on the institution phone, knowing them phone calls recorded? Like they said, they let you know the phone calls are recorded. So, that's just, tough move on their part, you know what I'm saying? Now, the reason why this is significant, because this is going to be a blow, not, to the drug trade in these facilities, and these drugs are what many people's family members are getting assaulted, beaten, extorted about. So this should come out to see some sort of good for these facilities and getting these substances out of the facility. That way they can, what the hell am I saying? They're gonna get it in, but whatever. Alright, now he was tried and convicted last month as an Alabama prison inmate was found guilty last week of running an illegal drug ring while in prison. Federal jury found Johnnie Lott, 41, from Mobile, Alabama, guilty Thursday of conspiring to sell methamphetamine in an Alabama prison and conspiring to launder drug money, according to USA Sandra Stewart. According to court records and evidence presented at trial in early 2020, Lott was an inmate at Kilby Correctional Facility in Montgomery. Correctional officers suspected Lott was involved in illegal activity and began listening to recordings of calls Lott made from prison phone. Recordings revealed that Lott had numerous conversations concerning the sale of drugs, including synthetic drugs like Flocka, within the prison. Subsequent investigation showed Lott would have drugs brought into the prison, then he utilized other inmates to distribute them throughout the facility. The trial evidence revealed that on May 24, 2020, a CO spotted an inmate with a suspicious bulge in his clothing. Officers searched the inmate and found a package of what turned out to be methamphetamine. Later on, Lott made a phone call and discussed with the co-conspirator the confiscation of the drugs. The jury also heard evidence that Lott was coordinating payments for the sale of his illegal drugs with his co-conspirator, the wife. On numerous occasions, Lott and the co-conspirator spoke about the amount of money the drug enterprise generated, and on one occasion, boasted about having an $11,000 weekend. Man, they go crazy in it. They also discussed the co-conspirator paying cash for a $27,000 vehicle. That's that Camaro, motherfucker. Remember that? Whoop, 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 whoop. You know what I'm saying? When DEA agents executed a federal search warrant on the home of the co-conspirator, they found nearly $130,000 in cash. God damn. Big stud moving that. Big stud. He having it. He having his way. Federal agents also seized the co-conspirators' financial accounts totaling approximately $60,000. Good God! What a man! That's a lot. Hey, this is huge, to be honest with you. The average drug dealer in prison ain't got this much motion. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Following the May 11, 2023 verdict, Lott faces a sentence of 10 years to life in federal prison. My God. First of all, I want to say condolences to Mr. Finch and his family. This is definitely another wild one here. This man is just doing what he wants to do inside the Department of Corrections up and until the feds step in. As you can probably see and know, the wife's probably not bringing all that in. You know, there's probably way more than inmates in on this. They probably just didn't go after them, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But let me know what y'all thought about this. Shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm going to try to kick y'all another 2 out this weekend or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's going on.